Do you think Royal Caribbean would ever break in half? Hey everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every single weekend. And I wanted to do an April Fool's joke for everybody because it is April 1st, 2023 when I am filming this. But I'm still kind of a newbie at this and I'm not sure how the internet responds to April Fool's jokes, especially the one like this video that might be pretty believable. So that's kind of where this concept was born out of, is from a joke mentality. But it kind of was too close to reality on what could one day happen. And I have no insider information here. It's not even in the gossip mills. It's not rumored. There is no information out there that Royal Caribbean is splitting in half or even looking to do that. This is simply me just doing a thought exercise on what would happen if Royal Caribbean splits in half. So let's talk about that, on what that, number one, may look like for Royal Caribbean. And number two, what would be some of the advantages to Royal Caribbean to do this? So there's really one main way that I would see Royal Caribbean ever really wanting to split up, should they ever decide to do that, and that would be between their big ships and their smaller ships. Smaller ships, right? So if I look at all of their future contracts, they've got a lot of contracts for new ships coming online from up to 2026 at this point. There are 14 cruise ships that are going to be an Oasis class, a Quantum class, or the new Icon class that are going to be out by 2026. This is going to make up about a $90,000 person guest experience for Royal Caribbean. If you then look at the smaller ships, so Freedom class, Voyager class, and under, there's going to be about 16 cruise ships in that section that only make up about 50,000 of guest maximum capacity on all of those 16 ships. Now, why would Royal want to split it out based on big ships and small ships? Great question. Let's talk about that. So the first reason they're going to want to do this is they've learned that the big ships, they can charge a premium for it. They are going after the family market and all of the kids and making it a kid-friendly experience. They see that Disney has made tons of money off of families and they want in on the game. Conversely, Disney is also stepping up their game and coming for Royal Caribbean. They've now purchased the Disney Global Dream, which is about 20,000 tons less than what an Oasis class ship is going to be. So they're going to be going head to head in the future. The second thing it's going to do is those smaller ships, it's going to allow them to make more money. Those small ships don't have a really good cost margin. They're not effective or efficient to build these days. But if they could turn that into a premium cruise line, charge guests more money to go on them, the margins would increase, hopefully. And so that would allow them to make more money. The second thing that it's going to do is really give a consistent guest experience. When people go on a cruise with Royal Caribbean, their fleet is massive right now. And your experience on Oasis class ship versus if you go on a smaller class of ship is going to really differ based on what the different ships offer and who might want to go on them. But if you go on to Grandeur of the Seas with Oasis class expectations, or vice versa, you're going to be sorely disappointed. And I feel like there's a lot of guests that sign up for a cruise with Royal Caribbean and don't always know what they're going to get. Yes, people research it. Clearly, you all watch YouTube videos. But I think there's some people that just see a great deal and they book it, not realizing that their experience is going to be very different than maybe a prior cruise or a friend's cruise that they heard about. The fleet is also so big that you get a lot of variability in rules, policies, what you can, what you can't do. Even in the food experience and how the crew is, you can find a lot of variability there. Being able to segment out these two ships will do the third thing, which is allow you to specialize your crew. So yes, working in the main dining room is working in the main dining room, whatever ship you may be on. But if you are working in a main dining room on an Oasis class versus a Grandeur of the Seas, it's going to have a little bit of a different feel to it. There's different things that are going to happen that the crew is going to need to know about, and this will allow them to really specialize their crew in certain ships so they get to know those ships really, really well, creating a better guest experience. It's also going to allow them to streamline their marketing. So I think about the current marketing strategy of Royal Caribbean, and you all are seeing it on TV. You're probably seeing it on the YouTube ads that are popping up. Icon of the Seas is everywhere. It is all the rage these days. But if you ask yourself, when's the last time I saw an advertisement for Vision of the Seas or Voyager of the Seas? It doesn't exist. They're not pushing that market at all. It's kind of getting ignored these days because all the attention and love is going on the brand new ships. I have a feeling soon we're going to start hearing more about Utopia, the newest Oasis class coming out. But right now everything's on Icon, and the smaller ships, they're kind of being ignored. I feel like if they put good marketing dollars behind there, because it was a separate cruise line, premium cruise line, they could really drive some strong revenue. The fifth thing that it'll do is it'll help keep these older, beautiful ships in service longer. I worry that direction that Royal Caribbean is going, that they are going to either sell them off to another cruise line or just send them over to the scrapyard. And I want to give them a new berth, a renewal, and a reason why people would want to go on these older but beautiful ships that are an amazing experience. So those are all my thoughts on, if Royal ever split in half, here's some benefits that could come to it. Again, I know absolutely nothing. There's no inside information here. I've not talked to anybody about this, read anything. There's nothing out there whatsoever to say that this is happening. But it's not too far from what might be reality or what might be the truth, which is the cool thing that makes this a really neat thought experiment, is I think it could really work if Royal Caribbean ever wanted to do it. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to see you on a weekend sailing soon.